Hello everyone, welcome to the 𝐒𝐈𝐍𝐄 drive training series. In this video, we will introduce how to set up the drive in speed control mode. Next, we will explain the configuration of the relevant parameters. First, set P000, the drive control mode, to 0, speed control mode. After setting, the drive will trigger an alarm. A reset is required. Please power off and restart the drive. Step 2, set the relevant parameters in the P2 group, which is the speed control mode parameter group. Set P200, the speed command source selection parameter. It can be set from 0 to 4. See the table in the upper right corner for details. By default, it is set to 0 digital speed set point. After the parameters are set, a speed control mode demonstration will be performed. First, we will demonstrate the internal digital speed set point. Set a value in parameter P201, for example, 1000. Once the motor is running, the speed will reach 1000 revolutions per minute. Send an enable signal to the drive from the host controller, and the motor will run at 1000 revolutions per minute. During operation, modifying the speed set point in P201 will change the motor speed. Change it to 1500 and confirm. The motor speed will increase to 1500 revolutions per minute. During operation, you can monitor the motor speed via parameter D000. P201 can also be set to a negative value, in which case the motor will rotate in the reverse direction. Set it to -1000, and the motor will rotate in reverse at 1000 revolutions per minute. Next, we will demonstrate speed control of the drive using an analog input. Set P200, speed command source selection, to 1, which corresponds to the AI1 analog input channel. At this point, the drive speed is determined by the 0 to 10V analog input. In addition, it is also related to P201. Here, we set P201 to the motor's rated speed of 3000 revolutions per minute. First, enable the drive. The status will change from RDY to run, and the drive will start running. Use a signal generator to provide an analog input signal to the drive. Adjust the input level by turning the knob. Turn the knob clockwise to input a positive voltage, and the motor will rotate forward. Rotate the knob counterclockwise to apply a negative voltage, and the motor will run in reverse. Next, we will demonstrate speed control using pulse input. Set P200 to 4 for pulse, direction speed control. At this point, the motor speed is determined by the received pulse frequency. In addition, it is related to P2 to 15 pulse input reference, which is set to 10 kHz by default. This parameter typically does not need to be adjusted. After the parameters are set, let's run a demonstration. Open SINEE Studio and enable the drive. Then set M1 in the program to 1 to enable pulse output. Y3 outputs a 40 kHz pulse signal to the drive. After receiving the pulse signal, the drive starts controlling the motor. At this point, check D000, and the motor speed is approximately 1000 revolutions per minute. During operation, if the input pulse frequency is adjusted, for example, increased to 50 kHz, the motor speed will increase accordingly, reaching approximately 1250 revolutions per minute, as shown in the video. The motor direction can also be changed by inputting a direction signal. Set M2 to 1 to enable Y2, energizing the drive's direction signal input. The motor direction switches accordingly. Finally, we will demonstrate the internal multi-step speed set point. Set P000 to 3 for multi-step speed control. Configure the D function of the drive. First, set DI1 P602 to 5 CMDO. Set parameter P603 to a value of 6 CMD1. Set parameter P604 to a value of 7. Next, configure the PA group parameters. First, set PA0 to 3 to select the speed stage via external D inputs. Then, set the full speed steps. First, set PA02, speed step 1, to 1000 revolutions per minute. Set PA04 speed step 2, to -1500 revolutions per minute. PA06 speed step 3, to 2000 revolutions per minute. And PA08 speed step 4, to -2500 revolutions per minute. Finally, perform a demonstration. Open the host controller software and enable the drive. The motor will run at the first speed step. Check D000, the motor speed parameter, which is 1000 revolutions per minute. Energize Y11 from the host controller, which enables DI2 on the drive. The motor will then run at the second speed step, -1500 revolutions per minute. Force Y12 to output from the host controller, enabling DI3 on the drive. The motor will then run at the third speed step, 2000 revolutions per minute. Activate both Y11 and Y12 from the host controller, enabling DI2 and DI3 on the drive simultaneously. The motor will then run at the full speed step, minus 2500 revolutions per minute. This concludes all the content on speed control mode. Thank you for your attention, and see you next time.